Okay, let's start.
Now, can you tell us about your culinary journey and what inspired you to become a chef?
Culinary journey, like after my high schools, I started my hotel management. Like it's for my 3 years. After completing, I have joined with the like it's Radisson Hotels. Like I joined over there as a kitchen operation trainee. Was there for a year. Uh, Before completing operation training, I got a job from the Udayvilla Sobra. As again as a commis, I got a place to over there as a commis. Was in back 2002 3s. It's been 23 years back. Then slowly, gradually from there, the Udayvilla Sobra, I have moved to Marriott Hotels. Was with Marriott Hotels almost for 10 plus years. From there, I had moved to the Accor Novotel group, Novotel Accor group. Then it's been for 3 4 years. Then now it's after that it's like now it's with the Golconda Resorts now.
What inspired you to become a chef?
What's inspired? Nothing inspired me, man. There was no option. Okay,
There has to be something.
I'm sorry.
There has to be something that inspired you.
That time, like I was just looking for a job which you can you complete your career and studies, and just which one you can take you abroad to as soon as possible. So I have found that it is one of the course that it can take me out of India very soon. So just want to join hotel management. To go out of India before joining hotel management, that was my idea. Then after joining hotel management, I was just different options and thought that my mindset was changed after taking over a job. It is not just mode of India's very soon that things has been changed. I was started focus on my career. I wanted to build up something really of my career growth, and I wanted to see myself as an executive chef. So I have stayed back in India for a very long time.
Moving on, how do you stay creative and continue to develop new recipes or dishes?
No, it's now if I have like it's been 22 years now. The time I have started hotel management or started a career as a chef, the what do you call it? Like it's people to very not known very much to star hotels, or maybe how the kitchen industry works or the food industry works and all those things. Now it's we are all open internet. It's the internet is very handy that people don't know that what happens in the hotel, what happens in the kitchen, or what happens in the chef's life, and all these things. So that's what I need to keep myself updated. Otherwise, I will be like falling back in front of people's view. So that's what motivating me to learn more, develop myself more.
How do you handle pressure during peak work hours, service hours?
So on.
It's all.
Actually, it is a very tough question. It is depends upon the situations. Like sometimes it is things go when things goes out of my hand. I normally wanted to walk out, have some fresh air, drink some cold water, take a 5 minutes break and come back. Then probably by the time I come in, things probably settle down, or the way of looking at the problem or a challenge or a pressure will be different. So that's how I keep myself refreshed when when it comes to pressure.
How do you manage and motivate your kitchen team, especially on tough days?
I when it's very tough situations or tough time, I always want to stay with my team. I always wanted to work with them, and I will be working with them. And when you work with your team, they will when I work with my team, they get more confident and their pressure levels goes down. It's like they will always feel like chef has taken all the pressure, that we are a bit free, then we can focus on their work, where they can focus on continue to do the good job what they were doing it. So in pressure and in a tough time, I always stay with my team and work with them and guide them in the right manner, so things will go smooth.
Okay. Moving on, what trends in the food industry are you most excited about right now?
Uh, See, it's depends upon a time when I move forward in my career. Now, actually, at present, it is about all about fusion cuisine. Like it's it's taking authentic of some regional cuisine, and you mix match with different cuisines. That's what I'm very excited about, because it you can't spoil, or you can't take away the authenticity from the dish. At the same time, you have to give a new look, new flavor, and whatever you are doing with the dish, that have to, whatever the ingredients you're using, whatever the spices you're using, that has to be complement each other. You should give a well balance, and that's the most difficult thing when you do a fusion cuisine.
What's the one thing people don't understand about being a chef?
Uh, Being a chef, sometimes I do hear from people like they think that you just stand in the range and cook the food, and always you are like you are being perceived, or you've been seen as a cook. I don't know. Even I just, for my own experience, like when I was started to studying hotel management catering, I told my dad that I want to become a chef. And one thing he told me is like, I don't want my son to be called as cook, and that was his perception about chef. And same thing, I'm been keep hearing it's when people who are really know who's a chef, or people who have been to 5 stars and they were experiencing the luxury things also, still they have in the mind. I Another best one I would say, like in previous of my properties when I was working, there was a small feedback or a complaint on the table. I just went to the table. I was speaking to the guest, and I spoke to the guest. In the table there was parents and 2 kids, and I spoke, and I was just walked away from the table. I was almost just a few feet away, and I was standing. I was doing something else, and the small child on the table, he did something naughty, and the mom, she had told him like, if you didn't study well, if you keep doing this, you will become like one of this cook. And that was, I couldn't forget about this.
How important is patience and discipline in kitchen?
It's very, very, very important, I would say. Patience, yes. Unless and until you do not have patience, you can't get things right. And sometimes things go wrong. Maybe you probably loved the food, what you, maybe the customer will maybe give you feedback, food is not right, and you never know. Like you should have lots of patience level. What's the second one you said?
Uh, how important is patience and discipline in kitchen?
Discipline. Normally, I always in a briefing in my team meeting also I tell the team, when you wear a chef coat, you were like a doctors. Like when it comes to food safety, if we follow all the food safety regulations, if we be very strict, and if you're following all the rules and regulations, how the food's supposed to be served safe, probably no customers will go to the doctors. So we are before the doctors. So when we talk about food safety, the discipline, it's very much important.
Can you walk us through a challenge that you faced in the kitchen, and how did you overcome it?
If you ask me this, and I have to give an honest answer, that means like every day is a challenge, and every task and everything what we do in this kitchen is a challenge. So it's unless until you see the challenge, you will not grow. That's one thing. And always I advise my team, and I tell myself also, whatever happens in the kitchen today, when you go out and remove your uniform and throw it for a washing, and next day when you come to work, it's been washed, fresh, neat and clean. The same way you keep your mind. Whatever happens today, forget about it. Tomorrow when you come and start your work, start with your fresh mind, and nothing, you will take it in your heart or in your mind to carry forward what happened previously. Then everything will be fine.
Chef, Do you believe in following recipes strictly or improvising?
See, I strictly believe in following recipes. When I was when I was in a junior level, when a chef given me a recipe. But when I become an exec chef, yes, I expect my team to follow the recipes, and like I keep improvising based on their suggestions and guest feedback, or it can be a ownership feedback and all these things. But when you are a junior chef level, I advise, and I this is what I expect from my team also, to follow the recipe what has been given to them.
What advice would you give to the young chefs who are starting their careers?
When you decided you wanted to become a chef, you already started your career as a chef. Don't step back. I would advise, suggest every day, at least 1 or 2 hours, spend your time to develop yourself, or you're reading, or to learning new skills, or developing yourself, learning new things. So it's like your bank balance. Every day it might not be useful for you today. It will not be useful for you tomorrow. It's like your saving account. You keep depositing, and one fine day it will be the bigger amount. Today might be a smaller one. So similar way, you keep developing your knowledge. When you grow in your career, it will be like a bank balance. It will be a big bunch of knowledge that will help you out to grow and develop yourself and reach the positions what you want in your career.
What's your comfort food after a long day?
I can't really say that a particular food or particular dish that will be my comfort food after a long day. When I finish my long day, when I go home, any food which is there cooked at home, and I will be okay with it. I will be more happy to have it and just go to the sleep. Thank you so much for your time watching this video. Hope you will all like it. Thank you.